What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? Hey guys, you got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I wanted to hop on here and talk to you today about how to make money without selling products. Okay, how to make money without selling products. Now, who do we got tuning in here, guys? If you can just leave me a comment, tell me where you are tuning in from. That would be great. I can see people coming on right now. Let me know whereabouts are you tuning in live, because we are live. So pop me a message and let's see who we got. We got a Facebook user, who else we got? We got another Facebook user. Ottawa, Ontario. Welcome to the call. We got Delroy tuning in. Great to see you, pal. Who else we got, guys? Don't be shy. Whereabouts are you tuning in from today? Okay, so as you're coming on, if you can just let me know, we'll showcase you so that we can edify you, because that's really truly what it's all about. Now, if you're like most people, in the network marketing industry, you probably don't really want to sell products, right? I mean, the truth of the matter is that most people want to make money legitimately and honestly, but they just don't want to have to make a list of their friends and family and go peddle potions and lotions and anti-aging and energy drinks and send out samples. That's actually where I started in the industry, guys. And I just kind of like avoided doing it, right? I mean, I wanted to build out a global organization. I typically focused on training and leadership and mindset, and I could recruit people, right? That wasn't a problem, but I just didn't want to do sample sending and, going out and peddling these various different products. The first company that I actually sort of took my leap with was a health and wellness company. And, I front end loaded with all of the biggest package. I got the biggest auto ship, because if you're a leader, right, you got to have the lead by example, they told me. And what I didn't realize is that the products had an expiry date on them. And they just kept on stacking up in my garage. Like an entire wall of my garage was filled with these products, until one day when I went to grab one of the products out of the cupboard, it was turned around in a certain way, and I saw this EXP with the date on it, and I was already like way past that date, right? So I called the company and I'm like, guys, like what's going on? I see this thing, it says EXP with this date on it. What exactly does that mean? And they said, oh, Darren, that means your products have expired. And I was like, what do you mean they've expired? That means they're no longer sellable. And I was like, that's pretty important. Like, you would think that the people that brought me into the program would have told me that right out of the gate, that here's your entry date and you got this ticking time bomb. If you don't use those products, give the products away or sell the products, they're paperweights. So I basically had to take all those products to the dumpster. It cost me over $5,000 as a lesson of, my entry into the marketplace, right? And I was pretty choked, I'm going to be honest with you, because as a brand new person, you can't really just assume that people know that, hey, these products, have like a 12-month period of time. If you don't use them or get rid of them in some way, they're no longer good, right? They're actually a depreciating asset the moment that they land at your doorstep, right? And I didn't know this. I was like a brand new newbie. I was in my 20s and I had no idea how any of this worked, right? Well, that was a $5,000 lesson for me. Now, the interesting thing is, if you've watched some of my recent Facebook Lives that I've done over the last few weeks, we landed on this very, very unique concept. I call it an asset accumulation business model. So that means that I'm not actually going out and soliciting or selling any type of product, potion, or lotion, each month I'm accumulating assets for myself, and the entrepreneurs that participate, they're also accumulating assets for themselves. They're not selling products either, but the volume of sales that go from them just accumulating their own assets starts to bank up, and you end up with an international organization in 7 different countries that creates residual income for you. Okay. Now, so let me just tune back in here. And we have got, let's see who we got. We had a whole bunch of people just tuning in. We've got Delroy from London, United Kingdom. Welcome to the call. Lino, great to see you from Italy. Awesome. Tim from Surrey, good to see you. Florida tuning in. Delroy is live. We've got Umang from India. Good to see you here. We've got Daniel. Good to see you. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, tuning in. Awesome. What's up? What's up? And what do we got? Delroy with some smiles. Mike Tharp, Ricardo Hamilton. Watch this. Awesome. Okay. We need to catch up. Yes, we do. Love it. Darren Little getting paid to buy assets. You bet. Adriana, how are you? Great to see you here. Rakeem, how are you? Good to see you. And we've got Mike. How are you? Okay, guys. So I want to give you a couple of updates so that you can kind of see the evolution of this. And I want for you to like grasp this concept, because this business is like literally exploding internationally. Okay, there's already over 1,000 paid members just within my little organization, but it's completely going viral. Like, you know, I'll log in one day and there'll be like 1,040, and then 2-3 days later there's 1,090. Like, I mean, that's when you've got a business growing virally, because the truth of the matter is that people want to make money, but they just don't want to have to harass their friends and family to make it. Okay. They also don't want to do something that's illegal, like these percentage return on your money deals that are Ponzi schemes. They want to actually make money honestly and legitimately. And this right here, what I'm going to share with you on today's broadcast, this is completely revolutionary because it's asset accumulation. Okay. It's not selling any products. I'm just accumulating assets. Now I want you to imagine that you have a team growing, and this was my actual monthly auto ship. So I accumulated this right here, and I accumulated this right here. Okay. That was my actual auto ship. Now I'm not selling these go into my safe. Okay. Now the interesting thing is, as the US, which is sort of the major post of the global marketplace, as they start printing more and more trillions and trillions of dollars, you can already see what's happening with the cost of goods. Okay. So in other words, the dollar that you had last year compared to the dollar that you had this year is not going to be able to buy you the same amount of things. So gas prices have shot up. All the groceries and shopping and all the stuff that you need to accumulate just to be able to live is shooting up in price. That means the dollar value is dropping as everything else is going up for cost, right? Now, when that typically happens, the things that are going to create a stable zone or increase in value are gold and silver. Okay. Now here's what's cool. Okay. So keep in mind, this was my monthly, okay, in the last couple months. But here is where it gets exciting. Instead of me taking the depreciating asset, which is the money, okay, as the volume came in, it produced commissions. I was able to acquire this, okay, 10-ounce silver bar, okay, which is very, very cool. 10 ounce of silver. That was one of the things that like I said, asset accumulation. So I acquired this, okay. I also was able to acquire 5 of these silver coins, okay, 5 of them, okay. Remember, asset accumulation. I was also able to acquire 2 of these American Gold Buffalo coins. Okay, now these are worth almost $2,000 a piece right now at the current prices of gold, 2,000 US each, right? For these, once again, asset accumulation. Okay, so I accumulated these. I was also able to accumulate 3 2.5 gram gold pieces. Okay, I was also able to accumulate this 5 gram bar, right? You can see right here, once again, asset accumulation. Okay, these are all going into my safe, right? So I'm not going out selling these. I'm accumulating all of these assets. Okay, now when I really grasped the whole concept of this particular business model, I actually went out and installed a safe in my house and 2 safety deposit boxes that are fireproof so that I could have a place to store my assets safely in case anything was to ever happen. I know that my assets are safe. Okay. Now, here's where it gets really cool. So imagine now you've got this international organization that starts to grow from people wanting to not have to sell products, be able to promote something legitimately and honestly without having to promote a Ponzi scheme, no having to go pitch to your friends and family, but you're just another person that wants to accumulate assets for yourself. Now, as that organization starts to grow, the company puts out limited edition coin drops. Okay. Now, when they put out a coin drop, there's only a certain amount that are minted, and that's on a timer. And when the thing goes like drop, it's like, and all of the people in the organization that get this concept want to get their one of the coin drop because there's only so many of them that are actually minted. So over time, they're like rare assets. So they start to accumulate and increase in value. Okay, so 2 of the things that I was able to accumulate this particular month. This one is actually something that's very unique and close to my heart because it's one of the logos inside of one of my trainings called Unleash the Alpha Within of the Vitruvian Man. Okay, this was one of the things right here that was very, very kind of like, hit me on a soul level because this is a big part of my training. And when I saw it in a silver coin, I was like, what? I got to have that. So this was another asset accumulation. And then, I have this affinity to the sun, right? And I'm a sun worshiper. And this is the Inca sun, which was another very unique piece that I wanted to be able to accumulate as well. So keep in mind, guys, this is just in the beginning. Like we're literally just starting, okay? And all of this that's come through with all of these, gold, right? The silver, the other silver, okay? These are all assets, okay? I'm not selling these, I'm accumulating them, okay? This, these really cool coin drops. And then of course, my own personal just auto ship for the 2 months that I've since my last sort of update. Now here's where it gets super exciting. Okay, so imagine you've got 1,000 people. Okay, or it's growing more than that now, but I'm just going to give you an example with this. So 1,000 people are all accumulating their asset each month, which accumulates volume. And then they do a coin drop. And then a bunch of those people go, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, more volume. And then as that volume accumulates, I can now go directly into my store and just say, send me that, 1 ounce American Gold Buffalo. And within 24 hours, it shows up at my doorstep by FedEx. Okay. And I just, it's kind of like unwrapping a Christmas present or something, right when it comes in. And you've got that kind of excitement, when the FedEx pack comes in, whether it's with the coin drop or monthly, and then the organization just keeps on growing and growing and growing. Okay. Now, this is something that I feel very fortunate that we were able to land on this, because you'll notice something very unique right now. Okay. A lot of the people that you saw in the industry, say 3, 4, 5, even 6 years ago, that were on the top of the leaderboards with digital products. So people moved away from retail products over to digital products. And then a lot of the people that were the top people in the digital products, a lot of them have now moved over to, cryptocurrency or Forex. They're moving away from selling of products, and they're getting more into how can they make either money from their money, or how can they make money from their investments, or how can they make money without having to go out and, solicit to their friends and family. Okay, it's very, very common. If you're kind of tuned into what's going on in the industry, some of them just moved over into training, right? Because they're just burnt out. They're just burnt out on having to go top 200 list, go make a list of their friends and family, and go pitch them on something else, right? This is a very, very unique concept. It's a very unique type of business model, because you're able to build an international organization with other entrepreneurs that just want to accumulate assets too, right? They don't want to go out and have to pitch potions and lotions to their friends and family. But this is one of the key areas that the wealthy people do. Okay, gold, silver, and rare collectible coins. Okay, now, typically after you make money, okay, I'm just telling you this from, my own friends that are either 7-figure income earners or 8-figure income earners, they typically go real estate, okay, stocks, crypto, right, Forex, and gold and silver, right? In the event that they have some sort of knowledge or skill that they can wrap, right, and sell to help other entrepreneurs, so that they can get, get to their breakthrough, they typically will do that too. But those are typically the main ones. And out of the top ways that the most wealthiest people make money, okay, this covers like 3 or 4 of the top ways that the wealthiest people make money. Okay, so what I want to just put out to you is that if you're a person that wants to 10x, or you want to springboard and go to the next level of your own entrepreneurial career, but you want to get into leverage. In other words, like J. Paul Getty has this famous quote that I used to hear all the time from my own millionaire mentors, that I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. That's called leverage. And what got me totally, just blew my mind when I first saw the whole concept of network marketing was they were drawing the circles and 5, 25, 125, 625, and they added all of these up. And then they got to this big number, 10,000 people working for 1 hour in a day. And they said, imagine that you've got this organization of 10,000 people putting 1 hour of work. You've just worked 10,000 hours that particular day. Now, if you take that and you divide it by an 8-hour day, you can see how many days or years that you can actually work in a single day through the power of leveraging the vision of a team working for 1 single hour in a day. Okay. Completely blew my mind. Okay. I thought oh my God, they should be teaching this whole concept to kids in elementary school. Why aren't they teaching this concept of the power of leverage and duplication, right? So in the event that you truly want to be able to make money legitimately, make money honestly, without having to go out and harass your friends and family, or peddle products, potions, lotions with expiry dates on them, but you truly want to be connected to like-minded entrepreneurs that really understand the vision, that are following in the footsteps of the most wealthy people in the world, right? This is the strategy, guys. Okay, this is the strategy. So let's just tune back in here. We got a bunch of people that just tuned in. We've got Jackie Banks, come on down. How are you? Good to see you here. We've got Dawn tuning in. Great to see you. David says, but you were in Zeke Ponzi. You know, David, here's the thing, and I appreciate your comment. The truth of the matter is, if you go back in history, right, and you look at some of these programs, none of us knew what these programs were. None of us did, right? And the whole concept of penny auctions, we believed that the company was actually doing them. Okay, we had no idea that they were just paying out percentage returns. Okay, but the thing that you've got to learn as an entrepreneur is, number one, you got to take responsibility. Okay, you got to take responsibility, and you got to learn from your mistakes. Okay, in the event that you don't learn from your mistakes and you jump from one Ponzi to the next Ponzi to the next Ponzi to the next Ponzi, like I see a lot of people that used to be top leaders in the industry that are now just professional scammers, that's a whole ball game. Okay, but you're talking about something 10 years ago. Now, hopefully, if that's you, that you would learn from your mistakes and you'd be able to take ownership for it, and that you wouldn't play the victim and throw darts at people. But I appreciate the comment. Aaron tuning in from Australia. Good to see you here. Deja from Minnesota. Marcus State Bay. Good to see you here. Couple tags. Maria, thanks for tuning in. Angeline, live from New York. Great to see you here. Deja says, boom. Geo, hi, Darren. Good to see you. Good to see you, Angeline. David says, absolutely. Appreciate that. Takes a bit for people to learn how to spot Ponzi schemes unless they study them first, which is rare. Even then, the best ones are hard to see. Typically, just so you guys know, okay, I'll give you a heads up. Anytime that a company is pooling funds, right? What's up, Facebook user? I don't know who that is. And Angeline says, great to see you live. Great to see you here. Take responsibility and learn from your mistakes. Absolutely, Deja. So here's what I'm going to share with you, because I used to raise venture capital and take companies public, right? That's where I started prior to really getting into network marketing and leadership training and mindset and whatnot, okay? If you take in pooled funds, okay, from a group of people, and through those pooled funds, you pay out guaranteed returns back to the people, that is called a security. Okay, and you can sugarcoat it however you want, but it's typically why you're going to see these companies have to use a VPN to hide your computer address, your IP address in Canada and the US, because they're the harshest. Okay, now a lot of people just don't care, right? They're going to promote that Ponzi and do whatever they want with it to make money as fast as they can, but at a certain point in time, the thing just implodes. They first start off saying that there's a software upgrade or a website upgrade, and then it's typically that they got hacked. Okay, that's their exit strategy. Like right now, Cash FX right now, they haven't paid out people in over a month. We warned people about that like 2 years ago, right? So all I can tell you is that pooled funds paying out guaranteed returns is a security. Now, people don't realize this, that if you are an affiliate and you are marketing an unregistered security as an unlicensed broker, you're committing a crime. And the first thing that happens is you get either a call or a letter from the Securities Exchange Commission with a cease and desist, okay? They typically, after there's a security warning, now the SEC is on the hunt, and they go directly after the top promoters. So they go directly to YouTube, they go directly to Facebook, and they see who are the top promoters or the top income earners of the Ponzi schemes, and they go directly after those people. Now, if you don't believe me, I would encourage you to go to Google right now and type in BitConnect, okay? And do a search on the SEC, how the promoters, the top promoters within BitConnect are now being charged. Okay, I'm talking indictments here, guys. They're being charged criminally for their participation in BitConnect. So you might think that, you know, you can promote these Ponzi schemes and like you're invincible. But I'm telling you for fact, and the gentleman that brought up Zeek Rewards, like I didn't make any money in Zeek Rewards myself personally, okay? But my sister made some money. And 3-4 months ago, she got a letter, right, with a demand notice for her to pay back the money. Okay, this is like 10 years later, and it's still coming up with people that are being with demand letters to pay back the money that they actually made. Okay, so keep this in mind that, you know, there's no like make money from your money. Okay, make money from your money that's 1%, 2%, 3% per day. Those are Ponzi schemes. And anytime you have pooled funds paying returns, you've got an unregistered security, and you as a promoter are an unlicensed broker selling an unregistered security. Okay, this is a huge problem, guys. Okay, and I would encourage you to actually do the research. Do the research. Like go to Google and see what happened to the people with OneCoin. Okay, there's a whole round of indictments that are going on right now with OneCoin, and some people have actually been arrested and put in jail. Okay, the top people have already been arrested and put in jail, and the top promoters that made, you know, $750,000, 10 million, 15 million, 20, 30 million, they're being indicted. Okay, so there's no running away from this stuff. You know, you can't run and you can't hide. So if you haven't learned your lesson over the last 8 years or so, that by promoting these companies, you are literally asking for a problem that's going to haunt you. That's going to haunt you. And typically people, when they make the money, they go online and they share what they're making so that they can go bring in people. And those are the first people that they go after. Those are the first people that they go after, right? Deja says, OMG. David says, yep. And do the research, go to Google. So guys, if you really want to springboard right now, okay, and you want to be able to 10x, I believe that the fastest way to do that is to follow in the footsteps, right, from the most wealthiest people in the world, right? And if you can piggyback and leverage on some of the same strategies that they do, you're going to get the same results that they get, because there's strategies that they do too, right? Now, you've got the main ones, real estate, right? Stocks, you got crypto, you got Forex, you got gold and silver, right? Those are the main zones that people, somebody makes money, they're typically going to go into those particular zones. Those aren't necessarily the only ways. I'm telling you that those are the most predominant ways that people make money. Just look at Grant Cardone, right? His real estate portfolio is just massive, right? And a lot of his sales training and a lot of this training that he does talks about real estate, right? So that's just one example of what I'm talking about. T. Harv Eker, as an example, he owns lots of real estate, right? Real estate, you know, he made his money on personal development and training and his seminar courses, but he's now into real estate, right? So keep that in mind as you are moving forward. But in the event that you want to participate or get involved with an asset accumulation business model, instead of selling potions, lotions, and products to your friends and family, hit me up on private message. send me a message and say, Darren, I'm ready, let's go, okay? And I'll help you get into momentum, because that's how you actually advance in this particular company, is by helping your team advance. So it's not something that you can just take a spot and do a campaign and blow out 2 lines. You actually have to help your team in order to advance into the comp plan, okay? Which I like, because it really emphasizes the power of teamwork. And that's truly what our industry is really all about. So thanks a lot for joining me on this exclusive call here today, guys. I haven't been live in a while, but I wanted to come here with something to show you that I believe is something that everybody should have as one of their income streams. So thanks a lot for joining me, and have a great day. All the best.